Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Six Figure Morning Show, where we give you the best advice in business and life. Hey, thank you guys for all the likes, shares, comments, and support. I really appreciate it. I really do. And trust me, it doesn't go unnoticed. And I really, honestly, man, I know that there is no me without you. I say that a few times to let people know that I really do care. And I really know that there is no me without you. I wouldn't even be here if you guys didn't show up. So I appreciate each and every one of you for that. And I really mean that. Hey, do me a favor before I forget during the show, man. If you guys got any great coffee, leave me a link or something. I don't know if you can leave links yet or not. I'm not sure about that, but leave me something. Leave me some information on your favorite coffee. Something good, something decent. Listen, cheap shit ain't cool, and cool shit ain't cheap. So don't give me that cheap ass coffee. I want some good stuff. I need something that's gonna kick in the morning. So cheap shit ain't cool, and cool shit ain't cheap. Fellas, I need us to unite. I need the brothers to band together for a minute. And hey, listen, I don't consider myself to be a red pill channel, but obviously I am a red pill man. And I don't just mean that in the areas of marriage and women. I mean that when it comes to the government, when it comes to your local, state, and federal government, when it comes to all that shit. 100% red pill. Even if in the health industry, the food industry, I'm red pill. I'm fully aware and awake to the things that are being done to us as a civilization. And from micro to macro, I'm fully aware of what's going on. And I do need to brush up on other countries. And I'll be honest with you guys, you guys are making me level up. I'm going to have to brush up on psychology. You guys are making me have to level up. So 2025 for me looks like a lot of education, not going back to college. That's not what I'm talking about. When I mention education, for those that don't know, it is not college. It is not the indoctrinated public education system at all. It is my own personal development. So I'm definitely going to have to level up in psychology. You guys are making me want to do that. And I'm going to have to level up now. I see in the marriage and divorce counseling, you guys make me want to do that, because a lot of times when it comes to marriage and divorce, I give you what I went through and the law that I have studied. So I'm sure there's other areas and avenues that I need to do. So you guys are making me have to level up to expand and grow. And I love it. I love it. So the same way that I'm holding you guys accountable, I feel like you're holding me accountable, and I freaking love it. And I thank each and every one of you for it. I really do. So with that being said, I had a couple women come for me in the comments, and I'm not here to argue with anybody. I'm not getting ready to just do that. I'm not, but I try to come from a place of understanding. But then again, I think sometimes, especially when I talk about divorce, I think a lot of women just comment to be heard and try to get their point across without any information to back it up. So I wanted to be real today and give you the advice that getting married is a horrible idea for anybody, man or woman, but even more so for men. Men have everything to lose by getting married to a woman in 2025 and beyond. Until the laws change, fellas, I cannot recommend that you get married, or until we get out of this cycle of we went through a cycle. We went through a period, with, I don't want to explain it. We went through a period of like obedient women. Then you went through your 1950s type housewife. And, now you're going through this period of like rebellious women, the workforce lady. And that's fine. If women want to work and make money, great. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for equal rights, equal opportunity, all that shit. But it should still be equal rights, equal opportunity, and all that shit when it comes time to divorce. If I married you with $1 million in the bank and didn't have a prenup, then why the hell do I owe you half of it for doing nothing? You feel me? You weren't there in the beginning. You shouldn't get out. So yeah, so fellas, no, I cannot recommend that you get married in 2025 and beyond. I don't even recommend that you have children. And while we're going through this man versus woman cycle that we're in, I don't recommend it. Ladies, my channel is predominantly all male. I haven't looked at the analytics in a while, but last time I did look, real number, my channel was about 95% men between the ages of 25 and 40. Okay, 95%, and the rest were women. So I'm always going to look out for the fellas, because I am one, but you can listen to what I'm saying and maybe it can shift and shape something inside of you. So if you do want to find a good man, if you do want to be married, then go back to being a traditional woman. That does not mean let some asshole walk all over you and abuse you and talk crazy to you. No, that does not mean that at all. But if you really want to be a stay-at-home wife and a stay-at-home mother, you're going to have to show this man. And you're going to have to be serious as a freaking heart attack. It's, the best thing, the fastest success hack for a woman is to find a good man and latch onto him and be a queen, to be a real queen. And real queens do not argue with their husbands or their kings or whatever in public. They do not embarrass their man in public and make him look stupid to everybody out. Real queens wait till they get to the bedroom, and that's when she talks to him. She doesn't scream that. Hey, it's private. My grandparents were married over, hell, they're still married. They're dead and gone. They're still married. They were married over 50 years. I never heard them argue. They never argued in front of us. They took that shit to the bedroom. You didn't hear a word. Everybody knew my grandmother ran the house, but to the outside world, it was my grandfather's place. It was his kingdom. It was his palace, but everybody knew, all of us knew in the family that she ran the show. Whatever she said, her final word was law. It was it. But, he was the one to enforce it, but she was the one that wrote it up. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. The pen is mightier than the sword kind of thing. And so if you really want to find a good man, then you need to go back to being a good woman. You need to turn, for one, the best thing you could do is delete social media. I swear, best thing you could do is delete social media if you really want to find a good man. If I met a woman right now that didn't have social media, I would be so puzzled. I would either wonder if she's hiding something, if she's a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be like, why doesn't she have any social media? Just being honest. The best thing you could do to find a good man, to let him know that you're trying to be a good woman or on that path, is get off social media. But I want to go back to it and tell you guys, as men, it is not a good idea to get married in 2025 and beyond. 85% of marriages, this is where they argued with me at, and I didn't argue back. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But 85% of marriages end in divorce. And of that 85%, 70% are filed by women. Guys, if you get divorced and you get divorced at the wrong age, you will be left with nothing. You will be left homeless. You will be left assed out. If you get divorced, unless you get real lucky or you got some real street business sense about you, let's say you get divorced at 50, you will remain probably broke and poor for the rest of your life. I'm being so honest with you. To the average man, if you get divorced probably after 50, maybe even before then, depending on how bad it is, you will remain broke and poor for the rest of your life. You will get hit with alimony, maybe child support. If you guys get kids, you're going to lose over half your shit. People always say half. You lose more than half. Okay, you're going to lose whatever pensions you got. You're going to lose whatever home you got, the equity in the home. Your credit's going to be ruined. You're going to start back like a kid with nothing. That's not worth it, fellas. Look how many breakups you see. How many people do you see dating each other that don't last? Why the hell would you involve the government in that shit? Look how many people just date for a couple months or a couple years and then it's over, and you want to get married and involve the government in it? No, marriage is just status for women. It absolutely does nothing. It is just status for a woman to say that she is wife. That's what it is. And I might lose some followers, so I don't give a shit. That's what it is. It is a status symbol. It is saying, I'm married, I'm Miss such and such, I'm a wife, look at my ring. It's all it is. It's status. Modern, it's not worth it, guys. Marriage absolutely provides nothing and it does nothing. I hate to sound like that. I really do. And I'm not trying to sound like some bitter asshole. I'm just being honest. So I could do this a lot better. If you guys really want me to dive into this, I can have this conversation a lot better. But again, I'm not trying to be a bitter asshole. I'm just informing that there is no sense in 2025 and beyond to even be considering getting married. I wouldn't even have children. And then some of you are going to say, oh, I want to leave a legacy. You don't have a legacy. All right. Your ass is broke. Legacies are for people with money. Kobe Bryant had a legacy. The farmer with 500 acres has a legacy. The real estate developer with 100 homes has a legacy. You work at freaking Walmart. You throw boxes at Amazon. And what legacy is that? Sounds like hell. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like you're trying to leave somebody else in hell because you spent your life in it. Like, come on, man. You don't have a legacy. So cut that bullshit out. I want to leave a legacy, Robert. I want to have somebody to leave behind. I want to make a little me. You sound like an idiot. You ain't got no money to take care of a little you. You got no money to provide for a little you. Little you is going to be raised in poverty. It's going to be hardships. Get out of here. Go. It's going to be hardships for little you. Sorry about that. My dog, he's looking at me crazy too. Go on. Get away from me. It's going to be, little you is going to be just nothing but hardships. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for anybody. It's difficult. It's like I just said, 85% of marriages end in divorce. And of that 85%, 70% are filed by women, and it's going to run your freaking life. You're going to be thrown on child support, alienated from your kids. You're going to be left with nothing. I'm on child support in the state of California. It takes 25% of my income. And she circles back around every time I increase my income. Somebody had asked me in the comments, he said, man, aren't you scared of child support, seeing these videos and finding out? No, I'm not scared. I got 5 years left on child support. I cannot spend the next 5 years of my life running around in fear. It takes 2 to 5 years to build and brand a legit business, right? 2 to 5 years to brand a legit business and start seeing any return on your investment. ROI, return on investment. It takes 2 to 5 years. So let's just do some fast math right here. Let's say that I don't blow up and actually make it until 5 years from now, 2030. For some reason, I got 2030 on my mind like a sumbitch. 2030 for me to blow up, 2030 for the markets to crash, 2030 for everything. So 5 years for me to blow up. I'll either be coming right off child support and I'll be blowing up, or let's say it takes 2 years. I only got 3 years left of child support. Maybe I fly a year under the radar without being bothered. Then I pay the last 2 years of hefty child support. It's over. It's done. I move on. But imagine if I waited until 2030 for you guys to know who I was. Now I got to wait till possibly 2035 to blow up. I'm even older then. So no, I'm 100% not scared of it. I don't give a shit. No. I'm moving forward with my life. And that's why I tell you guys, fellas, you have to take care of your kids. You have to pay your child support. The universe will never reward you for not doing that. You will never, just the freaking laws of nature, it will not allow you to move forward in this realm if you do not. God, the universe, an infinite higher power, an infinite divine energy, an all infinite being, whatever you believe in, will not allow you to move forward for bringing something onto this planet and not taking care of it. It won't happen for you. You will struggle for the rest of your life if you do not pay your child support and take care of your kids. Not only should you want to because, you know, of things like that, you should want to just because it's the right thing to do. You brought them here. Life is hard. You should take care of them. You know, I've heard the stories, guys. I'm going through it myself. I have a child with somebody that has 100% raised the boy to hate me. So he's 13 years old and he runs around and thinks I don't do anything for him. All I have to prove myself is gifts that I send and stacks of child support payments. That's it. Once he's grown, you know what? I'm going to send him a shoebox with all that shit and say, hey, this is what I went through with a whole letter. And that's it. It's the best I can do. So to the ladies listening to that have sons, you need to be informing them. There are no laws to protect you. It cost a man in America about $25,000 to $30,000 to get freaking rights to their kids. You can do it cheap. And I'm not talking about custody. I'm not talking about visitation. I'm talking about you have, as a man in America, if you're not married to the mother of your children, you have absolutely no rights to your children. You have no say-so over their life. You don't get to do shit. But they will make you pay for them. They will make you pay for them, but they will not give you rights to them. It will cost you on average $25,000 to $30,000 in the court of law to get rights to your children, to say that, hey, no, they cannot go to Disneyland for whatever reason, they're punished or whatever. You have to pay for that if you're not married to the mother. There's no laws to protect you. So single mothers of little boys, this is the conversation that fathers have. And to those fathers out there that haven't had this conversation, you need to be having this conversation with your sons. The last thing you want your son to do is to wake up homeless, or to wake up, you know, just his whole life ruined because of the legal system, because child support is slavery. It is hands down modern day financial slavery for any man out there. It ruins your freaking life. You can't do anything. You can't make proper investments. You'll have no retirement, no pension. It's hard to even buy real estate because if something happens, they levy your real estate accounts. They levy your business accounts. They come after your driver's license, your fishing license. And this is where the women were like, I don't agree with you. I don't give a shit if you agree with me. I'm telling you facts. Fellas, leave it in the comments below if I'm lying. Ladies, read the comments. And if you have a son, for one, stop trying to make him a son husband. But if you have a son, you need to be telling him that, listen, son, I know you want to date. I know you want to be with a woman, but you need to fully understand that black, white, brown, Asian, Mexican, I don't know. It doesn't matter. There are no laws in the United States of America that will protect you if you go out here and you have a child with the wrong woman. If you have a child with an abusive, manipulating, mean, nasty, vindictive woman, there are no laws that can protect you from that, and you will be stuck with her. Not only will you be stuck with her legally for 18 years, you will be stuck with her through that universal attachment, that underlying thread that links two people that have had kids together. You already know every time you have sex with someone, you feel like they still have a piece of your spirit. That's why you think about exes from the past and all this shit. If you didn't sleep with somebody, you don't even think about it. You're like, oh, I wonder how Bob's doing. Okay, cool. Bob's probably all right, or fuck Bob. You know, whatever it is. But when you've actually slept with someone, you start to have this invisible thread intertwined between the two of you. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it is. Leave it in the comments below if there's something I need to research on that. Some form of Kundalini awakening that I don't know. But when you have a child, that shit's real. I can feel, I don't even talk to my kids' mothers, and I can feel the hatred come off of them years later. I can think about them and I can feel the hatred, the vibration that they send me. That's how I ain't got time for them. I keep moving forward, man. My biggest flex is success on them. That's it. You know what I mean? They got 5 years left, or she's got 5 years left to harass me with the legal system. My biggest flex is success. I just keep pounding, keep moving forward. Man, I told you guys before, and especially in the live, that my enemy is the state of California. So I tell you guys to create an enemy. Make a massive enemy for yourself. You don't have to go out creating unnecessary drama, but develop a massive enemy for yourself that you want to defeat. And brother, you will level up hard. And my enemy is the state of California. And that's a big ass enemy. It's made me study law. It's made me study everything. Okay. And that's just the truth. So back to it though, ladies, you need to be honest with your sons and you need to have this conversation. That no man is more equipped to raise your child. Listen, I'm not oblivious to the fact that there are abusive men out there, that there are molesters and beaters and all these. I get it. I do. And I'm sorry if you had a child with someone like that. I completely understand those things. But I even also have to wonder though, because of some of the things that have happened to me in the past, was it really abuse, or was it just discipline, strong discipline? And because I've raised my 15-year-old son alone, and some of the things I've had to dig off in his ass, but he's a great kid. So is it abuse, or is it just tough love and hard discipline? That's why we have such a weak society right now. That I don't know. Hey, listen, man, I read a statistic. 55% of young men were raised in single mother households. And that is why young men are so weak today. And I believe that shit. I believe it. The father has been sold for child support and food stamps. You threw your child's father into slavery, financial slavery, for child support and food stamps. And I believe that, and I'm not going to change my mind about it. There's nothing you can come in the comments and say to me, because it happened to me twice. I was actually given full custody of my oldest son, and it happened to me with my youngest son. There won't be a third. There just won't be a third. It's just not going to happen. So it happened to me twice, and I've watched it happen to countless men. You've sold that man into slavery for child support and food stamps, and it's sad. It's really sad. Now, if they're not taking care of their kids, you do what you got to do. I completely agree with you, and I understand that. But some of you guys did that shit just out of bitterness and hurt and just being nasty and vindictive, and it's disgusting. So, fellas, you need to fully understand. Ladies, listen to this for your sons. There are no laws to protect you. There are no laws to protect you. It will cost you about $25,000 just to even be able to have actual rights to your children in the United States of America. No matter what race you are. Okay, I want to be very clear. All the laws are the same for white, black, Mexican, Asian. It's all the damn same if you live in the United States. It will cost you about $25,000 to have real custodial, parental, fatherly rights to your children in the United States of America. If you do not have that type of money, then around $1,500 to $3,000 will get you shitty visitation to your kids. It will get you maybe a Wednesday from 5 to 9, and then a freaking Saturday afternoon every other weekend kind of thing. And not even every other weekend to spend the night in the beginning. It'll get, because they treat you like a criminal. They treat you like an abuser and a molester. Okay, they treat you horrible, even if you've done nothing and you just want to see your kids. They will give you a Wednesday from 5 to 9. And then they will turn around and give you a freaking maybe every other Saturday from 12 to 6. But the child's not allowed to spend the night with his father. And this is what women do, and they like it. And they find this shit funny. They like it. And so this is what you're setting yourself up for. And then they'll give a father a Saturday from 12 to 6. And then you drop the kid back off, but you're supposed to be keeping up with your $700, $800 a month child support payment. You can no longer be a father because you're broke. So you don't get the opportunity to be a father because you're broke. All your money's going to child support and your own bills to keep a roof over your head. So there goes all your freaking Chuck E. Cheese. Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore. But, when I was going through there goes all your freaking Dave and Buster's money, your Texas Roadhouse dinners and all that shit. There goes all your extra spending money to actually be a dad. Because now the child comes with you and the kid's like, I don't want to go with daddy. He ain't never got no money. He's always broke. And the mother's sitting there laughing. He's a piece of shit. He's a sorry ass daddy. And that's what they teach them. That's 100% hands down what they teach them. And for the women that don't do this, hats off to you. For the women that understand your child's father cannot be a father if he is on child support because he is fighting for his financial freedom against the government. I don't know why this shit has to be even talked about, but that lets me know what type of women that I deal with, or not personally I deal with, but that I'm dealing with in the comment section. Again, if he's not taking care of his kid, I completely understand. You got to do what you got to do for you and that child. Then by all means, put that man on child support. But if this man shows up and shows out for birthdays, holidays, if the child gets sick, he'll go pick him up from school. He helps out. He pulls up to the bus stop to bring breakfast or whatever. He shows his love as a father and he's doing the best he can. Leave him the fuck alone. Leave him alone. Take him off child support, get it signed by a judge, make it legal, quit being hateful and vengeful because the damn relationship didn't work out, and leave that man alone and let your child have a father. Your child having a father is more important than money. I swear to God, it is so much more important than money, because this is the conversations that fathers have with children that women will not. A woman will not sit down and tell her sons these types of things. There are no laws to protect that young man. He is 100% financially screwed if he gets wrapped up with the wrong person and they use the legal system against him. It's left me homeless twice. The second time it left me homeless, my son was 10 years old. Left us homeless at Christmas time. It reached in and levied our bank accounts, took everything I had, and I'll never look at the system the same way again, because they 100% do not care that I have another kid I have to take care of. And my youngest son's mother finds it funny. That's what I deal with. That's the type of people that I've dealt with. And that's a lot of the times the things that I see other women doing to other men. So that's where all this came from, fellas. That's how I've got to this point of getting cash heavy, flying under the radar, flipping cars, flipping houses, flipping cheap houses, crack houses, trailers, things of that nature, so I could survive. Took me 5 years to build up a small net worth to be able to start doing what I needed to do. And then once I got enough money, I freaking executed. Have a vision, create a plan, and execute. Fuck everybody around you. And I mean that. Have a vision, create a plan, and execute. Fuck everybody around you. I have no friends. I don't feel like I have any family. I don't have any of that stuff. All right? It's not because I'm an asshole, or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't give a shit. But once you go through some of the things that I've been through and some of the things that I know you guys have been through in the comment section, you will no longer view the world the same way as these walking mouth breathers do. So there are some people on this planet that are just taking up space and air. They're sitting on the porch, drinking beers, talking about the good old days, and they don't want to do shit else. And that's fine. Leave them there. Keep moving. Have a vision, create a plan, and execute. You guys know I love a trifecta. I love a trifecta. Business, stocks, real estate. You guys know I love a trifecta. And then if you want to get even deeper, if you really want to make some money, then you want to have good job history. You want to have some form of equity or credit, and you want to have cash to go along with it. And you can almost do whatever you want to do when you start playing this game. So, I'm going to probably leave it right there, but I really, I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but when I give you this advice about marriage and divorce, it is real. It is not opinionated. And I think a lot of women try to come from the place of whatever they're going through with their child's father. That's cool. I hate that. If you want to talk about it, guys, I do one-on-one free coaching, not free coaching, excuse me. Bullshit. This is getting harder and harder every day, but I do one-on-one coaching if you guys want to talk about it. But and you can find out about that in the description box on my page. You can reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook for one-on-one coaching. I'm working on sites and all that other stuff. But when I give you guys this information, it is not opinionated. This is facts. Okay, this is not opinionated bullshit that, Robert Edson thinks. No, Robert Edson knows. This is facts. Okay, this is 100% facts. There are no laws in place to protect your son. If he gets divorced, he doesn't lose half. He loses about 65% of everything he owns. That includes real estate, boats, cars, pensions, everything. So, these are things that women do not want to talk to about their sons. Single mothers do not want to talk to about that. So this is why I say a father is the most important thing. When at a young age, a boy needs his mother. But around the ages of somewhere between 10, a boy needs his father his whole life. But somewhere around the ages 10 to 13, a father is more important than the mother. Especially around 13, 15, when he starts to get ready for sex, when he starts to get ready for dating, all these things, a father is more important than a mother. You could see 100% difference in my children, the one that was raised by me and then the one that's been raised by his mother. You can see the difference in them. You just can. I give him the cold, hard truth. And honestly, I don't abuse my son. My son is freaking awesome. I love him. You can go back and watch our camping video that we filmed together. We did that. We worked on that for, I don't even know how many days, probably a week on that video, a week of hard work too. Like every day showing up and putting in 5-6 hours on that. It was hard for him. And he worked on it. You can go watch that camping video way back down in the bottom. You can watch the video how child support left me homeless. I got all kinds of videos on this stuff, so I'm not trying to harp on it too much. Fellas, this is not to piss you off. You got to get over that red pill rage. I'm not sitting there saying that every woman is this way, but the vast majority of them are. You need to protect yourself. All these women sit around in coffee shops and at lunch and everything else. Girl, just divorce him. Take half his shit. If you leave, when I left my husband, I got the house, I got this, that's what they talk about. I'm just being honest. That's the shit they talk about. And so you need to be fully aware of things like that, that if your wife or girlfriend or baby mama is not really actively plotting on you right now, she's hearing these conversations in the background and she's retaining this information for later that, well, if I divorce him, I do got this, or if I break up with him, I'll receive this, or I already know that the state will give me this much money if, he doesn't want to take care of the kid and we separate. They're already thinking about it. They don't care what kind of father you're going to be to the child. They're already thinking about, if we separate, I get to get this much money from him. Not the fact, if we separate, what's going to happen to the kid or what's going to happen here or there. They're not thinking about that shit. They're not. Some are. So not all of you, but some are. It's disgusting. And it's a horrible system that needs to go back. There was a word one of you guys used in the comment section I would really love if I could think of it. But it needs to go back. We all need to band together, write DJT a freaking letter and say, can you please look into this for us? Because there's no reason why I'm paying, as much as I pay. I pay a lot, guys. And there's no reason for that. There's no reason why people pay, $5,000 a month in child support. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. If you got a high net worth, you shouldn't have to pay more than $1,000. Because let's be honest here. Let's just be real. And I know this is starting to take off a different direction, but let's just be real before I go. You're an adult on planet Earth as a woman any damn way. You are going to have to pay lights, water, gas, rent, a car payment, and all that shit anyway without a kid. Now you got a kid and you want to get as much as you can to help you pay for that shit. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I remember sitting at a mall one time and I was sitting there eating. I just grabbed some old cheap Chinese food at a mall one time. I was sitting there eating and I heard this girl said, I don't know if I can make my car payment. I'm going to see if they'll raise my date. She said, I don't know if I can make my car payment. I'm going to see if they'll raise my baby daddy's child support. You understand? That's the shit I don't like. That's the shit that keeps me single. That's the type of shit that I teach my son here. And I'm scared to death for my youngest son because I know nobody is telling him these things. Nobody is telling him that if you pick the wrong person, you will end up homeless and have nothing for 2 decades of your fucking life. Nobody's telling him this stuff. And it scares me to death. Anyways, this wasn't to bash, this wasn't to hurt, it wasn't to be mean, but only to inform and to educate. If I really need to educate, you guys let me know, because I could pull up real statistics. I can sit right here at this laptop. This thing's not even on. This is off the top of my head from what I've studied. I can sit right here and pull up real statistics. I can make a real class on this shit. All this stuff that I give you guys is off the top of my head. These are things I've spent years studying this information. I know all about business, stocks, real estate. I have not dove into family law because I just haven't in years. I haven't had the need to, but now I see that I'm going to have to dive back into marriage counseling, family law, just personal development. Again, I'm gonna have to dive back into psychology. Like, you guys are making me level up, and I appreciate each and every one of you for that. I think we're holding each other accountable. You guys on a massive scale are holding me accountable, and it's like, shit, how am I going to keep up? So I'm really about to have to dig in like a damn Alabama tick, man, and it's about to get serious over here on the education. I might have to go back to doing about a book a week, stop answering comments to be able to keep up with you guys, because it's so many of you, and I love it. I love it. I love leveling up my life like this. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I feel like a freaking gladiator that just stepped into the arena, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really do. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here, man. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to quit rambling. I hope I didn't piss anybody. I don't care if I pissed you off, but I'm mainly, fellas, I'm talking to you, because I hope I didn't piss you off before work this morning, because I know that's a conversation that all of you, I know it pisses you guys off. I do, because I'm right there with you, and me having to even have this conversation almost pisses me off, to think about everything I've lost over the years for bullshit because of the government and child support. So, hey, if you, man, guys, I'm gonna shut up right there. You guys have a great freaking day. Go out there and kill it. Work hard. All right, work really freaking hard. Stack your cash. Stack your cash to the ceiling, man. Put in the overtime, the long hours. Do what you got to do for you and your family. All right, let's get to the next level. Let's get there together. 2025 is right around the corner. Let's make a real solid plan, and let's execute. See a vision, make a plan, execute. You guys take care.